Hey everybody, I'm Tara from Crooked Row, and today I am in our greenhouse. We have some work to do up on the roof. We've replaced that noisy panel that you always hear in our videos, and we are also doing some work on the ridge cap as well. And Chris and Elijah are actually gathering the tools to go ahead and fix that. I'll show you that in a minute, but today I really wanted to focus on ordering seeds for the season. In the last video, we did a mapping out the garden video before you seed order. That is essential. If you haven't seen it, please click the link below so that you can watch that video, because it's essential for planning out your garden and ordering the proper amount of seeds. Now, why am I starting to stress now year after year about ordering the proper amount of seeds? It doesn't have anything to do with germination, and it doesn't have anything to do with the storage of seeds. Seeds will last usually a long time. They lose some germination every year, but you can usually get away with keeping your seeds from year to year. But the reason why I'm saying that is because the prices have gone very, very high. Some of the companies that I used to deal almost exclusively with, such as Baker Creek, even some of the flower seeds that I get from Swallowtail Gardens, and I'm trying to think of some of the other places that I order from, their numbers are starting to go up. So I want to show you though what you actually need to look at when you're online to see what your actual price is. I don't think that people realize how they're playing around with quantities and things like that. So let's head in and look together online. I'm going to go through my ordering and show you how I do that so that you can be aware of what you're doing, how much you're ordering, and then we have a good amount of seed for our garden space. So let's head inside and get started. Yay! It's 2026 seed ordering. I love it. I'm so excited.
Okay, what we're going to start with is some of the more popular websites like Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. That is this page. Swallowtail Gardens is not as big as Baker Creek, but they are a lot of people use them for flowers, and they also sell vegetable and herb seeds. Johnny's Seeds, one of the biggest seed companies that there is. They have really great information on their packets, and their prices are different depending on what the item is. Seed Savers Exchange. I actually started gardening with Seed Savers Exchange. I learned an enormous amount from Seed Savers Exchange. Their website is great. They don't have as many varieties as they used to. They've streamlined it, but it works for us because they have a lot of varieties that they have great germination rates, I should say. We're going to start with Rare Seeds. I have ordered from them for absolutely years. They have extremely good germination rates. Their pictures and their varieties are astounding. I mean, they just have things that other people don't have. The thing that we are looking at this year is things like corn from Rare Seeds and Fisher's Earliest Sweet. That's a really great variety. Let me show you why I am having issues with this. So 75 count seeds. Now think, most people use 2 seeds per hole. So you're talking about like 37 stalks of corn essentially when you order 75. Is that right? Let's see, 35, about 37, we'll say. And it's $4. Whereas let's skip over to Berlin Seeds, and they have very good corn. We have very good, we grew our corn from them last year and we did incredible. And it is so a quarter pound, but and it's 7.80. We ordered a pound and it was $21 and we had hundreds and hundreds of stalks. So that is worth it for us. This year we are buying a 5-pound bag and that's $100, but we're growing in a much, much bigger space this year. So Berlin Seeds wins out and we'll put that right into our basket. Thank you, Berlin Seeds. If you go back and look again, Fisher's Earliest Sweet is very good corn. We had great germination rates from them. So this is, I'm not saying that they are a bad seed company, but they are an expensive seed company. So this right here is what you're looking for. How many seeds are in a pack for how much money? That makes all the difference in the world. $4 for 75 seeds. And again, most people put 2 seeds in every hole so that we don't waste space. So that comes down to about 37 holes. So 37 stalks of corn for $4. When we can get just as great corn from another company, you're going to want to weigh these things out. Let's pick another item to show you. The next is Berlin Seeds, and that's kind of, I want to say exclusive to Ohio. They serve the whole country, but I know about this because we used to live in Amish country, and Berlin Seeds is a very, very good company, great germination rates, and they have fantastic prices. This is another company, though, that you need to watch out for their pricing because some things are priced very, very well and some things are priced too high. So that is berlinseeds.life and it's a little different, but if you just Google search Berlin Seeds in Ohio, it should come up. Botanical Interests, and I'm going to lump these two together, and M.I. Gardner. Now, Botanical Interests is owned and operated by Epic Gardener, and I think that he has phenomenal varieties and great prices. So he is who we are actually buying the bulk of our vegetables from this year. And M.I. Gardner. These are both YouTubers. Epic Gardening and M.I. Gardner, they both have YouTube channels, and you can tell because they make sure that their prices are low and they have great varieties. So almost everything that we're ordering this year is from Berlin Seeds, Botanical Interests or Epic Gardening, and M.I. Gardner. Those 3, I'm not saying I won't order from anyone else. Like Seed Savers Exchange has a tomato that we order from. So they have one of the only strains that we order from exclusively from Seed Savers Exchange. It just works really well for us. I don't think there's anything we're ordering from Baker Creek this year. Their prices are too high and what I want you to start looking at too is the seed count versus, let me show you. Actually, let's just take what they were offering. So this is for a sweet pea flower. $5 for a 10 count of seeds. Now I understand that these are probably a rare flower, but $5 for 10 seeds, that's ridiculous. That is, who can afford to do these things? They have a lot of seeds like this, I notice. And Swallowtail, I strongly suggest ordering flowers from them. They are fantastic, great germination rates, beautiful flowers. But I would also check Berlin Seeds for their flower seeds because their prices are just so much better than the other places are. Let me see what their sweet peas are. And again, to be fair, Baker Creek was selling a rare sweet pea, and these are not rare. But let's see how much this is. You click on the item, go in, 20 seeds is what comes in their pack, and it's $2.40. In comparison to, I'll pick another one so that it's fair because that is rare. Let's do Lavender Queen. Yeah, it's still 10 seeds for $5. So you're getting double the seeds for half the price on Berlin seeds. The thing that I really like about Botanical Interest too is if you actually go through their featured columns, they have wonderful things like beginner friendly. I mean, they're showing you seeds that are kind of easy to grow if you're just getting started. Clearly, you're not going to want to start off with a highly sensitive seed. So all of these things that they're showing are things that will be extremely easy for you to grow, and they kind of like round it all out. You can, from vegetables to flowers to herbs, he kind of has curated this just perfectly for a beginner, easy to grow seeds. They show their own bundles. They have seed starting info. And then, of course, up here, these are pretty much self-explanatory. They also have a garden planner, which is very, very helpful. This goes back to what I was talking about with mapping, and this can be extraordinarily helpful as well. M.I. Gardener is also a great little shop out of Michigan. Their seeds have worked really well for us. He sells something that he calls Trifecta. He's been using that for years and years. It's his own mix of fertilizer. That's a great thing too. So again, when you go in to look to see what it is that you're wanting to do, I want you to be cautious. You go into the item, check how many seeds there are for the price. So right here we have Pow Wow Wild Berry Echinacea seeds, 10 seeds for $6. So here we have Pow Wow Wild Berry, and it is 15 seeds for 15 seeds for Pow Wow Wild Berry is $4.40, whereas Swallowtail is $6, give or take. So this can add up to a lot if you are anything like us, where we order hundreds and hundreds of seed packets every year. If you're talking about even a dollar difference, you're talking about a couple $100 that you will save by seeing who offers the best prices. There is also a website called Everwild Seeds. They are fantastic. They don't have everything. Their prices aren't always perfect, but they come in a beautiful seed packet, and they're completely organic. It's just, this is a great, great seed company as well. So we have rare seeds. I'm going to put them at the high end. We have Swallowtail Garden seeds. They are pretty much mid to sometimes high priced. You have Johnny seeds, which I'm going to say is mid priced. You have Seed Savers Exchange, and they're pretty reasonable, but their selection is not huge. But they do have everything, like every type of vegetable and herb. They just don't have loads of varieties within each section. And then you have Berlin Seeds, who is, I feel like, an incredible place. They have everything from all the different garden seeds, even farm seeds if you need to buy in great big bulk. They have, sprouting, the garden supplies, Harvest and Home, garden ready plants. Also, I want to show you that they have plants all the way from asparagus to shallots and onions and potatoes. You just want to watch for your shipping costs on the garden ready plants. They have incredible quality. I've ordered from them for years. So I highly suggest Berlin Seeds. Botanical Interests, I feel like, is a little bit of the new guy, but we have grown different things from Epic Gardeners Company, and they have free shipping. At least for us, it's over $39 is free shipping. Watch your shipping costs too, because you want to play that into the price as well. I was ordering seeds the other day from somewhere, and they wanted to charge me $22 for shipping, and it was like 10 seed packets. Well, you definitely want to watch your pricing. But Botanical Interests, I think, is absolutely fantastic. I think M.I. Gardner is a great option, and so is Everwild. So my top picks are Berlin Seeds, Botanical Interests, M.I. Gardner, and Everwild this year.
So this is the Ridge beam, and right now we've got plastic over it so that the water didn't come down into the greenhouse. But we have black ridge cap that goes all the way to the beam. But in storms really last year, this end ridge cap and then this ridge cap blew away. So we have brand new ridge caps that Chris and Elijah are going to be putting on. And that panel right there blew off, and we had to order a new one, and we put that on yesterday. So always lots to do on the farm. Well, there you have it. That is seed ordering for 2026. I hope that you are ordering your seeds, and it's actually very important. If you're ordering onion seed and a lot of flower seeds, you're going to want to look at what the time is before your first frost date. And typically ours is at the end of April. So I count back to see, like, if it says 4 to 6 weeks, then I make sure, if my last frost date is at the end of April, then I make sure that by the end of March, I'm planting, whatever seeds are in those 4 to 6 weeks. Some things, like some of the onions, take 12 weeks before your last frost date. So I make sure to order onions and all of those flowers that take a long time, like impatiens take a long time. And I'm looking at seed. Again, those prices are astronomical for 20 impatient seeds. They're like $5 and $6, $7 for 20 seeds. That's craziness to me. So I am moving things around. I'm ordering Vinca this year, I think, instead of Impatiens. So we'll see what beauty we can create and still stay on a budget. If you can actually see behind me, we have trim, and we have those clear panels that we're going to help our greenhouse doors with. And so we're going to get those covered, and we're going to get this greenhouse warm this year so that we can have early veg. We also, let me swing around, have windows in the greenhouse that we are putting new windows in our kitchen. So hopefully over the next few months, I'll keep you guys updated. We will have a new farmhouse kitchen. So lots of things going on, but the most important thing is seed starting. I would go ahead and get your seed starting supplies as well. So make sure you have seed trays and the seed starting formula and things like that. And as I go, I will be showing showing you what I'm planting, how I'm planting, and where we put those at. Most of those January, February, and part of March are just going to be in my grow room or my laundry room. And we'll see where we're headed for this beautiful, beautiful 2026 year. I'm so excited. I feel like, I know I said this last year that it was going to be the best gardening year ever, but this year I feel like is going to be far more productive this year. We are streamlining our processes so that we don't have so much waste. So join us. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We appreciate your comments. We love the comments on the videos. I love to respond to you guys. And let me know what you're planting this year. I love that. I love when you guys tell me what you're doing in your gardens. So remember, if we can order seeds for 2026, anybody can. Thanks. Bye.